Hi there, I'm Jolene Kent, and this is 4for4 Tech. 4 opinions on 4 tech headlines in just 4 minutes. First up, a Chinese company has created a death and rebirth simulator to make you think about the bigger questions in life. Jen, walk me through this. How does it work?
I would like to preface this by saying I will never be in this simulator. It's an interesting concept. It's a 4D experience, so there's video around you, and you go through a kind of process where your body's supposed to be being burned, as if you're being cremated, and then you come out on the other end, and you actually emerge through this odd white silicone-y thing that they're saying is a woman's womb, and you're supposed to feel reborn again.
You have to dive through it, in fact.
You dive through it, and then suddenly you're supposed to feel like reborn and have all these great ideas on life.
All right, Xavier?
Well, this makes me uncomfortable. I think what's interesting about this is, like, they charge you $68, but I wouldn't do this if they paid me. Like, this is kind of a lot to handle, I feel like.
James?
How bad a day would I have to be having to virtually create myself and then rebirth myself via a latex womb? I mean, I just don't know in what scenarios this is appealing to anyone.
You're asking the question on everyone's mind.
It's like, I mean, it's interesting, but no.
All right, no. 3 no's. Well, also in China, scientists have developed new solar panel technology that turns rain into electric power. So, James, how does this work exactly? What is the technology? China's big in solar.
It is, it is. And this is a really interesting take on it, the whole idea that it could basically function in both sun and rain environments. So basically there's a very thin layer of graphene, which is highly conductive, on top of the solar panels. And basically when water connects with that graphene, it can function as a sort of pseudo-capacitor, and that's generating electricity, almost specifically the salt in the water, and that's generating electricity. Really, really interesting, but I think there's a lot of big questions before this is widely deployed then.
What are the challenges to deploying it widely, do you think, Jen?
Right. So I think that one of the biggest issues is that it doesn't produce energy as well as traditional solar panels. So this is something that is going to take a really long time for them to develop to a point where I think people are going to want to use it, although I think the concept's really awesome and it could help a lot of our problems. But that said, they also used very salty water for this, so that's not typical of rainwater. So there's a lot of challenges.
Yeah, I think it's a great first step. I mean, it's really important to think, I mean, everyone has sun, or most regions have sun, but not all regions, So it's nice to see, we have wind energy, solar energy, now people who live in rainy environments have something too.
All right, well, step forward then, right?
Yeah, step forward.
The International Red Cross, meanwhile, is taking up an unexpected debate on robots and drones, putting out this new statement that says the decision to kill and destroy are a human responsibility. So, Xavier, why are they saying this now?
Well, drones are getting more and more capable, and we're seeing, the same international society. They're meeting in Geneva all week, just to, have like a guideline or some kind of what's inbounds, out of bounds of which weapons we can use during war. It's like, even though that's, kind of stupid in itself. But, this is the same people who have banned like flamethrowers in the past and things that are just too inhumane. And as these drones get better, you want to have like a clear guideline for the entire world.
Well, Jen, does the Red Cross have weight in this department?
Yeah, they've been doing this for a while, and I think that it's something that as people who overwatch a lot of our health and have to come in certain crisis periods, they should have a say, because this is something that could kill a lot of people, and, humans need to have responsibility for that.
Yeah, well, drones already kill thousands of people.
Yeah, I think it's good that we're having this debate. Like, we did a big story kind of ahead of this event, talking about kind of the history of autonomous weapons. Like, there's rudimentary examples of it in the First World War and stuff like that, but we're at a whole new level now, so now is the right time to have this discussion.
Well, it's good to have that started at a substantive level. And now for a little relaxation. We want to show you a new technology that can morph into 3 things: a couch, a bed, or a recliner. Maybe all of the above, all through an app. So, Jen, I love this idea, but really, does it work? Is it comfortable?
It doesn't look all that comfortable at the moment, but right now it's still just pretty much for design purposes and to get people used to the idea. It's not anything that's going to hit the market in a year. But I think the whole point of it, and that's what's really interesting, is that the idea of you controlling things in your house, whether it's your art or your furniture with your phone through the whole concept of the internet things, could be the future. And it's just a nice thing to think about.
Yeah, smart furniture is probably the logical evolution from smart thermostats and microwaves and fridges.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as Jen said, we've been hearing about the Internet of Things forever. And I think it's good to get a really tangible example of how this could work. Like, we all know what a sofa's like. This could also be a bed, amongst many other things. And it looks awesome. I mean, the video is really, really amazing.
Yeah.
So, it may be a little bit ahead of its time in many ways, but I think it's a great step forward.
Xavier, are you going to buy it?
I'm going to buy it tonight. No, I think this is great because, it's nice to customize your room to your needs, but also people who have specific physical needs, they want to do physical therapy. It's kind of nice you can morph your couch to that.
That's a very good point. Well, thank you all for being here. Now that you know what we think, tell us what you think using the hashtag Four4Four Tech, and we will be back right here next week. See you then.